Constitution prophesied by Joseph Smith will not be saved in Washington.
Travis Wayne Goodsell, Groundhog Day. If only we were able to turn back the pages of time and have it done right. Hey, Mormons? From Joseph Smith in an unpublished sermon, 19 July, 1840. So, yeah, everything done after 1838, or 35, sorry, after the Doctrine and Covenants published in 1835, was not put into another version until after Joseph Smith was assassinated. And so this was purposely left out by Brigham Young. But the Joseph Smith papers have it, so we can all see it. But, you know, hey, it's not in the publication, therefore it's not official canon doctrine, and therefore we can ignore it. Even though he starts, in the part where I'm going to read, about the prophecy he gives in a parable form in section 101, starting in verse 43. I'll get to the paragraph where it starts. Then the enemy shall come as a thief in the night, and scatter the servants abroad. Who are the servants, Mormons? When the seed of these 12 olive trees are scattered abroad, they will wake up the nations of the whole earth. Even this nation will be on the very verge of crumbling to pieces and tumbling to the ground. And when the Constitution is upon the brink of ruin, this people will be the staff upon which the nation shall lean, and they shall bear away the Constitution from the very verge of destruction. Well, I guess Mormons have proven that Joseph Smith is a false prophet. I wonder what would have happened had Mormons been righteous, had the church leaders, the servants in the parable, had been righteous. They would have warned about coronavirus. They would have been prepared in their bishop's storehouses for such an emergency. They would have encouraged and warned Mormons to stay home, never opening the church until it was all clear, taking care of the Mormons' every basic needs, toilet paper, food. Utah would have not forced Mormons to go back to work so that they can save the economy over human life. When the Black Lives Matter protests began, Mormons would have been on the front lines there in Portland to protect the Black Lives protesters against the police of whom they were protesting. Even the women in Portland, the mothers who were attacked, would not have had to have been there, because the army of God, the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, the army of elders, would have been there to save them from Trump's secret police stealing people out of the protests. Just imagine, in Michigan, when they stormed the state capitol there in Michigan and attempted to kidnap and murder the governor of Michigan. Can you imagine the elders of Israel there to stop them, to protect the governor of Michigan? And yes, September 6th. Can you imagine, as the insurrectionists who were marching towards the Capitol on that 6th of January arrive only to find the elders of Mormons standing guard, protecting the Capitol. Would have made front page news as well. Would have been heard all around the world as well, but it would have been a different headline. Mormons defend America against insurrectionists. Did you like the cool introduction I gave? Doctrine and Covenants, Section 1, Verse 16. Shall perish in Babylon, even Babylon the Great, which shall fall. Wherefore I, the Lord, knowing the calamity which should come upon the inhabitants of the earth, called upon my servant Joseph Smith, June, and spake unto him from heaven, and gave him commandments. What is Babylon? Needs to be decoded. They missed it in 1981. O Babylon, we bid thee farewell. We're going to the mountains of Ephraim to dwell. Yeah, America. How did Joseph Smith know? Then, of course, we have Benson, who added in that Joseph Smith's prophecy of saving America would not happen in Washington. Well, that's comforting that the presidents of the church knew of that day, knew of our day right now, and they did nothing? Isn't that interesting? The church leaders knew in advance. They knew of the prophecy. They knew of the threat to America, and instead they helped destroy America rather than stepping up with the elders of Mormons to defend America. Okay, something's a little off, isn't it? I wonder if it has to do with anything about that inverted pentagram at Temple Square and on the Nauvoo Temple and the Logan Temple. Because Joseph Smith never had that inverted pentagram. I wonder what would have happened had his organization not been usurped by Brigham Young.